Hey, what is up everybody, Blades here, and today for you another video of BlackClover Mobile. And inside of this video, guys, we're going to be going over how to pretty much build your attackers the best way possible. What are the gear sets to use, as well how do you pretty much space them out. Now I'm going to have an absolute spreadsheet at the top right that you guys should be seeing. If future me remembered, it'll be like an example kind of up at the top right like now, in which this is going to show you how you lay out your pieces, as well what are going to be the best sets that I recommend for your character when it does come down to the DPS side of things. So if you guys are interested in that, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And then before we get into it, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Heck, even if you've seen my videos before, hit the subscribe button. It helps me out quite a lot. We're running up to 800 and trying to hit 1K before next month. So let's go ahead and try it. And I appreciate all of you watching the video. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, starting off with our first character here, one of the few characters that I'm actually going to be looking at for the most part is going to be our boy Yami. Clover Academy Yami here is probably one of my most loved hit units here, in which he is a attacker technique. Now, coming down to his build here, you want to build it something like this, in which you're going to have yourself a 2-2-2 set, which I absolutely advise for all attackers here. Now, there's going to be two different sets that you possibly can use, and these are going to be double attack, and then you're going to have yourself a crit rate piece when it comes to the two piece here. And if you don't want to do that, you can go ahead and do gold border attack percent, gold border crit rate, and then a gold border crit damage. The reason of this is because Yami is going to be doing some crazy damage. Now, let's go ahead and look at his base stats to actually show you guys what I'm mainly talking about here, to at least give you guys that whole overlook that we're looking at. Now, Yami himself is built off attack percentage for the most part. Magic attack is there, but it's not necessary for his build for the most part here. Now, with him, you want to be going ahead and exploiting that attack percent, and then furtherly getting up his crit rate, because the man's crit rate is rather low. So at least having yourself some few things to at least get that up would definitely help you out. And then of course, exploit as much crit damage as possible, because once he crits, oh, you already know that man's gonna hit pretty dang hard. Now, of course, if you guys wanted to do a 4-2 set, you could, but I don't advise it on this character. Now, showing the little layout at the top right here, you guys, you have my sets that you already saw, but the set that I definitely recommend is, of course, the 2-2-2 here, in which make sure, of course, as I said, attack percent, crit rate, and crit damage are what you're going to be running for these gear pieces. Now, the gear pieces that you're going to be looking for when it does come down to this, these gear pieces with the gold border are only available once you get to pretty much stages 10 through 15, so surely do remember that. But for the set that I currently run, that I do advise, the double attack and the crit rate is absolutely amazing, because you're getting yourself, of course, if you're using the two piece of the attack one, you're getting yourself 7% attack percent as well as magic attack, giving you the best of both worlds. And then of course you're giving yourself, with the other pieces here, just the regular attack, giving yourself a little bit of I think it's 220 physical attack and 220 magic attack, while also getting that lovely amount of what's it called, 5% crit rate for having another two piece. This is something I definitely do advise. Absolutely amazing set that I've been hitting crazy numbers with this man. I think the last huge number that we hit was still 192k, and it was absolutely amazing seeing it. But you also have another option. Now, the other option that I advise with this character would definitely be the attack crit rate and crit damage here. This one is pretty much solid. You have the Aristocrat Legacy, which is pretty much giving yourself a crit rate by 5%. Then Resolute Judgment, that is giving you crit damage by 7%, while also having that lovely 7% of attack and magic attack. Now, if we go ahead and look back at my Yami here real quick so you guys can see, I'm a little bit of half and half when the magic and at least physical type of category, because I do have to get some things built. But you want to make sure that you're having them things at least upright, because the only way to get magic attack as well as regular attack is if your pieces are these long straight up ones here, or either these little square ones here. This is how you're going to be able to get the magic attack and attack percentage type pieces. If they're To the right, they're most likely going to be only HP, and so you don't really want that. You want to make sure that you're getting the most for your buck. Now coming to your other piece that you're always going to have at least a opening someplace around here that's not going to be part of the set. You just want to make sure it's benefiting your character in one way or another. But that's for Yami's build here. We're going to go ahead and go into the next attacker that we're going to be looking at here. And the next attacker is going to be, I would like to say, just regular Yami here. Now, regular Yami also goes into the same category. His stats are a little bit lower when it comes to base stats for the attack percentage side of the thing here, but you still would like to build him on that attack percent type of deal. Now with this character, you're able to go ahead and build a couple sets right here. One of them that I definitely do advise here, of course, is going to be the gold border 2-piece attack, gold border 2-piece crit rate, gold border crit damage as well for the 2-piece. Or instead, you can go ahead and do gold border 2-piece attack, gold border 2-piece penetration, and then gold border 2-piece crit rate. Now, seeing his crit damage is already 57%, which is more than half. It's actually pretty good to keep it like that. You would kind of want to exploit on the at least penetration side of things. Now, having that 2-piece penetration, that ends up giving you at least, I think it's like 7 extra penetration, and which will help you take out things a lot faster, giving you a better damage calc, at least that you want. Now, of course, you could do the double attack, but for him, seeing that he really morally prioritizes on his attack, you want to make sure that you just get the best out of your buck for it. So making sure that he either has himself the 2-piece attack, crit rate, and crit damage, or 2-piece attack, crit rate, and penetration, that would definitely go better rather than just throwing something random on him. But that's pretty much my view when it comes to Yami. Of course, you don't have to take heed to it, but this is definitely one of his best things here. Going down to our next character, the newest character that just ended up dropping is Licht here. He is a Sense character, in which Licht here I don't have fully built, or at least I don't have built whatsoever. I just kind of threw some things on him. Still trying to build him out here. You would want this character to exploit the amount of crit rate that he has. Now, he has 34% crit rate off rip, and he is absolutely worth it. So taking a look at his level 100 stats here, he has 10k magic attack, 4k attack pretty much here, 34% crit rate, 72% crit damage, and then of course 106 penetration rate. Now, when it comes to this character himself, I will straight up say it right now. 2-piece gold border attack is the best one to go with absolute main stats of magic attack only. And then when it comes to his other pieces here, you want to make sure you're having yourself a 2-piece crit rate, and then either another 2-piece attack, or either the 2-piece crit damage. Now, of course, some of you guys are like, why aren't you using 4 pieces? 4 pieces also require you to kind of, I would like to say, dip away from at least getting yourself more attack power when it comes to the DPSs. So you don't really want to use a 4-piece for this. You want to take advantage of your 2 pieces alone when it does come down to this. Saying, of course, a DPS should be exactly what it is. Person that deals damage per second, and you want that burst damage immediately. So with this character here, you're going to see his substats up there as well. I think I've been showing it for the last few characters as well. Make sure you have his substats as magic attack, crit rate, crit damage, and if possible, if I think it's, I'm pretty sure it's still a substat, which is accuracy. And to clear this up, accuracy is not for debuffs. Accuracy is if they can block it. So make sure if you can get yourself magic attack, crit rate, crit damage, and accuracy, that would absolutely be amazing for the character. And if you wanted to at least make sure you're not getting hit too hard, I guess if someone hits you, damage resistance is always good for his substats as well. This character, you're going to want to have, of course, all the pieces upright, getting as much magic attack as possible, and at least giving you that upper hand when it comes down to getting the damage that you need. Now, going on to our next character, we have Leopold. Now, Leopold is one of the few characters that I don't really feel like building personally. He kind of hurt me a little bit when it comes down to how his kit is. But he's still pretty okay-ish, no less here. And with him as being a DPS, you're going to want to build him pretty decent as well. So going down to his level 100 stats here, we can see that he is mainly a magic attacker with 13k, almost 14k, 6k attack here, only 40k HP, And then of course with his other things here, we have 15% crit rate, 50% crit damage, but 136% penetration. Now, the reason why I'm immediately going to the penetration side of things is because I feel like penetration is what you would like to run on this character as well. So you'll find yourself running a 2-piece gold border attack piece. Give yourself a little bit of crit rate, so 2-piece gold border crit rate, and then the 2-piece gold border penetration. This will help you out in the long run, seeing that he doesn't have as much crit rate that he does very much so need. And so you'll be able to hit your crit damage pretty often. Yes, sure, you could go ahead and put crit damage instead. So attack, crit rate, crit damage. But I do advise, most likely the penetration will definitely help you a lot more, especially if he is on a proper burn team as well. This could help you out a lot more. Now, this is also something that he's scaling. It's all off of attack percent and magic attack, but you're definitely going to want to have way more magic attack than attack percent. So take that however you'll want to, but that's what you're going to want to have, especially for this character build. Making his little introduction a little bit quick and easy, of course, we're going into Jack the Ripper here. Jack is a technique attacker in which his things are morally built off attack percent as well. Now, of course, if any of you guys have played with Asta, you guys know that this character is pretty much just like him in the attack priority, in which you want only primary attack. Now, he has 55% crit damage, so it's technically not needed to get this up, but I do advise using it anyways. So for his set, I would like to say attack percent gold border, crit rate gold border, and crit damage gold border would be the way you want to go. Furtherly boosting his crit rate, instead from being at least around, I want to say 27%, you get that extra 2-piece, which is 5% extra, putting you at least 33% or something like that. And then you get that 7% extra crit damage, putting you at least around, I want to say 63, 64 crit damage itself. And you're able to deal some decent damage. Now for this character, you don't want any magic attack as his main pieces. You only want just primarily attack. So this will absolutely be awesome if you can have that. For his rolls, base attack you could try to get, attack percentage you can try to get, crit rate, crit damage, penetration, all of those skills you can definitely try to get as base rolls, or at least rolls on his substats. They are most likely his best things that you want to go for, especially seeing this man is absolutely amazing. Now, do taking them out, or at least account, when you use his at least ultimate, he does put on himself an extra 10% crit damage. So instead of at least having around, like, I don't know, 64 crit damage, you can actually have yourself 74, 73 crit damage after that ultimate. So if you wanted to do a 4-2, you possibly could. I just do not recommend it, seeing 4-2 is not really the most viable for a DPS type character. Now, going on to our next character here, we're looking at Fuegoleon. Now, Fuegoleon, I haven't gotten around to building on my account. Yes, I do have him if you guys want to look here, but this man is only 27, right? We love how he looks. Absolutely, I'm going to try him with at least a burn team. Haven't gotten around to actually building him though, in which this character himself, you're going to want to take advantage and make sure you're building him right. Now, this character has nearly 5k attack and 11k magic attack. Of course, both of them are based at the same rates here, seeing their percentages, but you definitely want to go with more magic attack. Now, when it does come down to this character, I would highly advise put on at least magic attack, crit rate, and you would like to have yourself accuracy here. Now, I know some of you are about to smack me for this. Blade, he's a DPS. Why aren't you using crit damage? Why aren't you using more stuff like that? No. This man needs to not only be able to hit just pretty much hard, which he does have only 40% crit damage. It's only going to proc sometimes, but in a low percent of crit rate. But you want to make sure they don't block any of this damage, right? Because once you get that burn off and you get the special off, that's where your big damage is coming from. If a person blocks that, or if they block any of your hits, that's half of your damage, or majority of your damage gone. So you would like to try and keep as much of that as possible, which is why I recommend accuracy. Now, of course, with the secondary set, you can go ahead and do attack, 2-piece crit rate, 2-piece crit damage. But I do say for the primary set, try to have attack, crit rate, and accuracy. that would definitely help you out the most. I would definitely say it's probably your best choice to go with, but of course, not everyone does agree with this, seeing that accuracy is only for 1 turn, so you would have to make this count in that 1 turn. Now, without a doubt, if that is the perspective that you're going with, then go ahead and go with the crit rate side of things, seeing that crit damage side of things, seeing that it's definitely going to be your permanent thing there that does not require you to only have it for 1 turn or anything like that. You can have it for permanently the entire time. Now, coming into our last few people. Now, we're getting close to the clock because it's 2:51 when I'm recording this for you guys. But we have our next character, which is Fana. Now, Fana's built off of magic attack, so she has 13k attack, almost 14k attack, and almost 6k attack. 14k magic attack and almost 6k attack. You want to build her more on the, at least, magic attack side of things. I think I forgot to swap my screen. I did. So, we'll build her more on the magic side attack of things. So you guys can see it at the top right. Make sure she has some crit rate on her. I would love to say magic attack, crit rate, and penetration is the gear set you want to go to. It's probably the best one that she can have, seeing that she needs to deal that damage. But of course, if for the secondary set, you possibly can go with magic attack, crit rate, and crit damage. That would also be very, very much so helpful. And this is probably the one of the few characters I'll say this for, but you can also have a third option, which is magic attack, crit rate, and accuracy. Yes, you heard me right, accuracy. You don't want anyone blocking her damage that she can possibly be doing, so this also is a very good variant for her set. Probably one of the few characters that I advise out of the DPS is to have like 3 different options when it does come down to it. But that's going to be her set for the most part. Had to do that a little bit quickly because we are running a little bit low on time, and I don't want this to be too long for you all. Now, once again, of course, if you are new here or if you are an old person, go ahead and just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button right now. It helped me out a lot because we are down to our last character. Now, last character, of course, best for last, bro. What you talking about? We have Asta Clover Academy. Now, he is a power attacker unit here that is primarily built only on attack percent with 17k, almost 18k. This character I also do have on my main account as well. I haven't really built him too much here, but like he's doing okay-ish. But you really want to make sure that you're building as much attack on him as possible. So make sure everything that you have on the right side is going to be attack percent related with only attack percent stats, because he has no magic attack. He will not benefit whatsoever on magic attack. Everyone, if you're building Asta, do not put magic attack on him. But you can, of course, use these sets. Now, the set that I do advise is attack, the 2-piece attack, 2-piece crit rate, 2-piece crit damage. That's pretty much your DPS, just go-to type set, in which he can very much so enjoy. His substats, of course, you want to have as much attack as possible. So attack percent, flat attack, crit rate, crit damage. Those are your ones you want to go for. As for your last other set that you should try it out, or at least give at least maybe a spin, is attack, crit rate, and speed. Now, speed is kind of iffy with him because his speed is very, very low. But of course, it does help out still for this character to an extent. It was kind of an honorable mention that one of my friends kind of at least tested in front of me and said, hey, it could work. And they tried it against me, and it did very much so work. But I don't advise it. Don't advise it that much, but it is still an option. Now, that's going to wrap this up when it does come down to this whole thing, you guys. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe it. We are 4 subscribers away from 800. This took a while to make. If there is anything I messed up on, anything whatsoever, tell me down below in the comment sections. I don't mind the criticism whatsoever. This is probably, I think I'm probably one of the few people who have done something like this. And I was kind of afraid about doing this because, like, hey, people can see it as opinionated, and when it comes to some opinionated type of deals, some people can get a lot of backlash from it. But I tried my best to do as much research when it does come down to this, and hopefully it was good enough for you guys. But till next time, everybody, if you enjoyed it, smack that like button, consider subscribing, and stay safe, stay sharp, and stay determined. Peace.